1986. Well, that's not what I was going to say on that one. You guys don't want to know what the price chainsaws are at CNC Rentals in Brandon, or maybe you do. But we still live rural. We, of course, in '73 we moved into the McCamus house here just a few weeks ago. It would have been the anniversary of that, because I remember we had my 3rd birthday there at the McCamus house. We moved in there from Neepawa with Mom and Dad. They wanted a place that was kind of between centres, and they wanted a smaller school or a school that was accessible. And it's unfortunately when I drive through town here and see that the school's no longer here, that breaks my heart when towns don't have a school. The decisions made by leadership matter in those areas. But in 1973 we moved here. We had a great 13, 14 years here in the community and still consider this home. And in 1986 we moved from the farm, of course, the small farm where we were, to the house that now Ed and Rita Friesen live in. One of the things that amazes me about connections to rural life, and we currently live on an acreage on the edge of city limits, is you can't go anywhere in Manitoba without finding somebody who's connected. In fact, I had a talk with a friend of mine, Brian, this week. We had coffee, and he asked, "What do you have up for the weekend?" I said, "I'm going to Arden." He said, "Oh, I know Arden." And now he knew Arden through some other interesting circumstances. I won't go into the detail, but this guy could take me right to Arden as far as giving me directions. And he's from Toronto, of all places, originally. And so it's when I told him there's a Crocus festival, he said, "Well, you'll have to let me know ahead of time." He says, "I'd love to take my kids out there." So it's we should never sell ourselves short from being from small towns. But one of the things that I learned in a small town is that you can learn from any situation, any circumstance. And so I was thinking about crocuses this week, and I was going, what am I going to say about crocuses? Because John had said we're working, obviously, with the crocus scene. It's a crocus festival. But this is more for the kids, okay? Kids, I want you to listen up. There's 3 things today that we can learn from crocuses that are great life lessons, okay? The first thing is that crocuses thrive in gritty situations. Do you know that if crocuses have soil that's tilled too nicely and is too smooth, they won't grow? They need a little bit of rough. They need a little bit of grit. You go take a look at this field that runs north-south through town here. It's lots of gravel and stones in it. But that's what crocuses need. They need lots of drainage. And you need soil that's probably not good for a lot else. You're not going to grow a crop in that, are you, Richard? No. Well, you better not now that there's a festival. You're in big trouble tearing up a heritage site to put in lentils or something. But crocuses thrive in gritty situations. And that's something we can learn, is that life's not always going to be comfortable or good, kids or adults. But sometimes that's where the best things grow. The other thing that crocuses do that we can learn from is crocuses lead when others hide. They're one of the first flowers that shows up, I don't know how many times growing up. Mom's got a whole photo album full of pictures of us crawling around with the crocuses just across the road from the McCamus house. And they're poking up through the snow. I don't know if any of them, I haven't had a chance to look at all the pictures here tonight, but I'm sure over the next few years some of the themes will end up being crocuses in snow, and that might be even another category to add, is crocuses in snow. Just an idea, John, because that one might be hard to find sometimes, but they're one of the few flowers that can handle that. So when other people are hiding and not ready to do stuff, we can learn that just like crocuses, sometimes that's the time to step out and lead. And the other thing that I love about crocuses is even though winter's been around and the weather's been brutal, and boy did we have a bad winter this year, crocuses never let the past hold them back. Crocuses never look back and go, "Oh, that was a terrible winter, I'm not blooming this year." They always go, "Spring's here, I'm hopeful, let's move forward." So those are 3 valuable lessons, that sometimes the best things grow in gritty circumstances. That means when times are tough or there's challenges, kids. That crocuses lead when others hide. And that crocuses never look back, or let circumstances never hold them back. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the opportunity to come with our family and to share here tonight. And appreciate catching up with some people, and enjoy the remainder of your evening. Thank you.